Hello, it's Millerboy here. In my last video I showed you how to download an Xbox 360 ISO file, but in this video today I'm going to show you how to actually burn that file to a disk. So to get started, you're going to want the two files which you downloaded in the last video. Whether you manually downloaded and extracted the files or you use the program I use called JDownloader. You'll know what I mean if you watch the last video. But basically, whatever you chose to do, you should end up with two files, a .dvd file and a .iso file. Whatever game you have, you should have it. So whether you've got something else like Guitar Hero, whatever game you've got, you should end up with you should end up with a .dvd file and a .iso file, and then it doesn't really matter what the name at the front is. That's just irrelevant. But you should have a .iso file and a .dvd file. Now, what you want to go and do is you want to go and open a program called ImgBurn 360 GUI. This is a program that stealth patches your game so you get playable online and you won't be. Obviously, there's always a chance of being banned. That's with when you mod anything, there's always that chance. But you know, just less likely. A lot of games are stealth patched anyway before you download them, so this isn't really necessary most of the time, and it normally says it there that the stealth patch, but you know, always to make sure, I just do it sometimes anyway. So if you do want to do that, download this and then open it up. I'll put the link in the description. Now what you want to go and do is you want to go to options, make sure everything is like this. Just take a minute, pause the video and look and make sure everything's like that. Yep. Then you want to go through all the things, make sure that's at level 3. This one, you know, this one you can take that one off actually. That doesn't really matter. Then you can go to MISC. You can select your region code if you want. I'm Europe, so you know I'm going to go and make sure I chose chose that one. Whatever, leave everything like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yep, and then once everything's like that, like I've just showed you, now you want to go and open where your file is. So I would open this Batman one, but this is an XGD3 ISO, so for some reason it won't work in ABGX. But like I said, a lot of the games are stealthed already. If you don't know what an XGD3, I think I'm saying it right, sorry if I'm not, is, I talked about it briefly last video. But basically, what these files are Microsoft wanted to get rid of piracy and stuff. You know, they always do. So another step they're taking towards anti-piracy is these new disks that they're releasing, and basically they have an extra gigabyte of storage on the disk. I don't know really everything about it, but basically, you know, the people who do all this stuff to make it so we can actually play our game for free on our flash consoles, they found a way around it anyway. So basically these files are just a bit different, so you have to do a few different things and like you normally would with the normal files, but you know, it still works. So basically, if I mention XGD3, you know what I mean now. It's just a different type of file because it's off a different type of disk. Sorry if I'm blabbering on, but you know what I mean. So that Batman one, it won't work. Sometimes if you try to do an XGD3 disk, like I'll show you now, if I click open, and then once you've chose your disk, click launch, at the side I'll get a little error saying it isn't recognised. Alright, that's normal. A lot of games are stealth patched, like I said, so you shouldn't have to do this. But if for some reason you want to, and it's not an XGD3 file, you can just you can click it, open it, you know, and then click launch, and it should just do it, and it should make sure everything's right. If it's green, it's good. If it's not green, you know, it's not good. But look, as you see, basics. Now it's going to check the game CRC. We don't really need to do any of this, so I'm just going to click off this. But basically, that's how you stealth patch the game if you want to. Now, after you've got your game stealth patched, or if you haven't, whatever, you want to open a program called ImgBurn. So I'm going to double click and open that. I'll put the link in the description for this also. Now, Now I've got this open. It should be something like this. Now, what you want to do is you want to have write image file to disk. You want to click that one, and then you have something like this. Now, this is a bit where you're going to have to remember. There's you need to do two different things for the XGD3 and the non-XGD3. First, basically, you want to go to Tools. This is the same for all of them. Settings, Tools, Settings. Then you want to go to the right tab up here. And now you want to come down to where it says Options Layerbreak. Now, I've saw some people who've just put Calculate Optimal, and it's worked anyway. But just to be on the safe side, what you should do is use the specified. And now, if you've not got an XGD3 disk, this is a normal one, but like you'll know what if your disk is XGD3 or not, because when you download them, they normally say this is an XGD3 disk file or not. So if it's not, if it's not if it is. If it's not, sorry if I'm confusing you right now. If it's not an XGD3 file, then this is the number you want to type in: 1913760. That's the number you want. Now, moving on, if it is a XGD3, sorry, I'm getting mixed up, XGD3 file, the number you want to type in here is, let me just find it. Sorry, my bad. Now, the number you're going to go and type in here, if I Control C that, is 213352. That's 213352. Make sure these numbers are exactly what I say. Pause the video and look at them, whatever. So this number now is for XGD3 file disks. So now, once you've done that, make sure everything else is the same, and then click OK. Now, once you've finally done all of that, what you want to go and do is you'll need a special type of disk. The disks that you need, because you can't just burn it onto any old CD disk or DVD disk to put, you need to be a special type of disk. And the exact disk it needs to be is a DVD plus R dual layer. And it needs to be that. I'll probably put a link in the description to maybe a page on Amazon where you can get these. But as long as it's a DVD plus R dual layer disc, it should work fine. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my disc. It should just take a moment. I'm just getting my disc, 1 second. Now, what you want to do, once you've got your disc, make sure it's not dirty or anything, and you want to open your disk drive. Now, as I do this, put it in, your disk in, close the disk, and if you look at the bottom of your ImgBurn screen, it says logical unit is in process of becoming ready. So now just let that do what it's doing and wait for it, and it will say device is ready. And if you wait, it shouldn't take long. While it's doing that, may I just say, I did actually find, I'm not sure whether what it was now, but I did find a 50 pack of dual layer discs for about 16 quid, which was pretty cheap actually. So if I can find a good deal, I'll post that in the description. But if not, I'll just post any link to some dual layer discs. But yeah. So now you see it says ready in the bottom left corner here. So once that's done, you want to go to the top where it says please select file. Click this little folder with a magnifying glass on. And now, yep, like you want to search for the files. Now, this is the important bit. You don't want to do the .iso file. You want to do the .dvd file. So you want to make sure it's the .dvd file, not the .iso file, or it won't work. So you click the .dvd one and click open. And now once that's done, down here in settings, you should see a few things: copies and write speed. Write speed, the faster you go, the quicker it's going to go. But then the more likely it is to be errors or something. So what I always do, it takes longer, but I like to keep it at 2.4, write speed. My dual layer disk goes up to 8 times, but I like to be on the safe side, so I stick at 2.4. I just think it, better to be safe than sorry, having to waste a disk. So once you've done that, now you can untick this little box that says verify. I keep on just for the sake of it. You don't need to. There's no point really in doing it. But you can if you want to, like I do. So basically, once that's started, you want to click write like that. Now, you should get a box like this, and it says there doesn't appear to be enough space on the disk. Now that's normal. Now what you want to make sure is that you select the bottom one, and it needs to say write until end of disk, not until end of image, but until end of disk. So truncate. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. I'm just having one of them days. Anyhow, write until end of disk, and then click OK. And now it will start to buff the disk, and it will get started, and start burning your disk. And hopefully, if you did that right, you shouldn't have any errors. That box it just did pop up before, if you're doing it without an XGD3 disk, that shouldn't pop up, that box. That's only if you've got an XGD3 disk. So, yeah. But basically, this is how you burn your disk. This is going to go up. It's going to take some time, probably over an hour. So you probably want to do this when you're not on your laptop. Actually, you can use it when it's burning, but I normally do this when I'm just going to do something else. So yeah, so that's going to start burning to the disk now, and then in my next video I'm going to show you how to flash an Xbox 360 console with the latest firmware, and so you can actually play these games. So like usual, thanks for watching. Remember to do the usual of comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.